It is what it is. But
Cold. It's a cold, cold world.
The
man,
3 degrees. Y'all
bundle
remember
up.
the 3 degrees?
Hmm?
Y'all remember the 3 degrees?
I don't remember the 3 degrees, uh, but it's round three, and we talking cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I feel it's got, well, we all know it's got a big effect on society, celebrities in particular. Uh, I feel in the past we used to have, I guess, more athletes and or people of note who are willing to take a risk, speak out, kind of, really tell you how they feel. And I will feel as a result of cancel culture, uh, it's not as popular to speak out. Everybody kind of scared to lose their, endorsements, so forth and
Right.
so on. So do y'all feel it's like stifling the growth and or like the voice of the cause to a certain degree and or different plights? Uh, do you? Because I'm thinking about Brian Flores. He kind of stepping out, going against the grain. We know Kaepernick did it. Obviously, Kaepernick never worked again. We got various examples of people speaking out and not being canceled per se. So, how y'all think it's affecting things?
Um, Personally, I think it's like some overrated bullshit. And if we really dig deep, I tend to feel to have some racial overtones. Cause who white got canceled?
Well,
Uh,
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say uh, there's a difference between blackballing and cancel culture. In my opinion, I tell you the difference. Um, like you don't have to really speak out to uh to be canceled. You just have to speak. You know what I'm saying? People, it, if people just don't like your conversation, anything, your opinions, you can be canceled or judged just by your opinions. You don't have to be attacking anybody or anything. Somebody feel offended in this society, you can be a target. Just based on your everyday life. You know, when now that's cancel culture. When now with Cap and Brian Flores and the guys who are speaking up, now that's blackball because they specifically coming after your bread to get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? And that's something totally different.
I can ask for
And
an example of cancel
and, I,
culture.
and that has a lot of racial components. There's no undertones to that. That's something different,
Give me an
in
example of
my opinion.
cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, give me an
Oh,
example.
okay, cancel culture is just like Joe Rogan, right? When he's like, somebody had put up a compilation of videos of his show
Hmm.
in different instances saying the N word,
Hmm.
Niggaer, however whatever. And he's, it's a 10-minute clip. So I mean, you know,
I bet
that's
it's a lot of niggas in that clip.
So
that's
cancel culture is pretty
that's
much
Quentin Tarantino, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, and he had a comment to where he said he was going to the movies in an all black neighborhood, and he didn't know when he got there he was going to see Planet of the Apes, and goddamn, he was felt like he was in Planet of the Apes, like he was in the middle of Africa. He said, right? So a lot of people took that a lot of
offensive.
different ways, right? And they were trying to cancel him. The woke
Mhm.
white community, black people, just talking. And then people start making videos saying, well, hey, Joe Rogan's, I'm talking about a lot of black people started making videos saying Joe Rogan's not a racist. Joe Rogan's not a racist. I'm talking about people from goddamn Colin Noir to uh, Jay Prince to, what I'm saying, all of these motherfuckers posting pictures of them and Joe Rogan, right?
Mhm.
Where was these motherfuckers when Nick Cannon had gotten to some shit with the
The
so-
Jewish comments.
so-called Jewish community when he didn't speak out? He
No
just was
picture.
he was just speaking,
That
and
boy
they
want
and
to
they,
talk
and
and
they
dead
grab
ass the most shit, man.
and they grabbed his nuts from him like this here. Where was Jay Prince then?
That boy
No,
want to talk
not
shit.
attack. I'm asking where all the pictures of Nick Cannon, where all the wilding out niggas at, where everybody's support that they showing for Joe Rogan for saying nigga 1,000 times.
No, I'm with you. They had I seen some people support him, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm with you. And then he had to kind of retrack and backtrack and you know what I'm saying, all this, that, and the third.
So did you hear the apology? You heard his apology? How do you feel about his apology? Or what he was saying? I won't even call it an apology. How do you feel about what he said about it?
I wish he never had to walk down this stance from the beginning. You feel me? I didn't necessarily, and I guess because of who I am, I didn't really see nothing wrong with what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the majority of the shit that he was saying was true as to what I've, researched and I understand. So
You mean outside of this nigga?
yeah,
You talking about him in general, his show and his
yeah,
stand.
and and specifically, that episode when he was just talking about where we come from, the culture period, the stealing of the culture, the DNA, how people made,
Yeah,
everything.
I watched Joe Rogan.
No,
I checked.
I'm on the Nick Cannon. Now Rogan, I don't mess with him too much, but I'm talking about when Nick Cannon made his statement and then everybody jumped on him.
Yeah,
I was with him. I agree with you. Not enough people came to his defense. Joe Rogan, you know, I would chalk you up to a certain degree as the typical white guy, you know what I'm saying? And in the fact of you might deal with black people, but you still don't actually get it if you got a
Right.
10-minute video of you know what I'm saying, behaving in this manner. You feel me?
right.
Mhm.
I feel like we give too many motherfucking passes and too many invitations to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like,
On the Dungy effect.
I don't fuck with Joe Rogan like that. Like, not saying I had nothing against him previously, but any white person to me that says the N word, A on the N, ER on the N, you ain't no ally. I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I prefer the type of white people who know not to touch that word with a 10-foot pole. You know what I'm saying? The same way like a female could call another female a B word and it not be offensive. But if I call that same female a B word, she's offended, rightfully so, because it's a different source that's saying it. You know what I'm saying? So no
And
different.
that's the phenomenon that they are so fascinated with. How can something that we said to anger you, now you say it, and it makes me want to say it more? Why can't I say it more?
Oh, you could say it, but it should be a
reason to say
consequence behind saying it.
But
See,
I'm saying, what is the satisfaction of being able? That's like the biggest stress reliever in the world to say nigga.
See, me, I think council culture is fine when it's directed towards something that's not opinionated, like Joe Rogan. That's not an opinionated act he partake in. He's speaking like that. So council culture is everybody coming together in outrage and getting his ass out of there.
Yeah, but
Versus,
somebody's opinion was that he's okay, like it wasn't no harm.
but when I'm speaking on council culture, is what they do attack something in that aspect. When them saying that word, that's a racist word. So people could pretend that they could use you know how I'm saying, taking pictures as if that didn't exist, but that exists. So council culture for people to attack that phrase or attack him from saying that, I agree with council culture in that aspect. But if I don't like what happened and I'm speaking on something over here, I voted for this one because this is how I feel, then everybody attacking you for that and then trying to cancel you because you like something versus this man's making a racist comment. You can see the avenues of cancel culture.
The cancel culture comes from the agenda. That the agenda comes first, then the cancel culture, because that's what is driving.
I
know,
do
Like
agree that
cancel
it's
culture is really basically what they saying is if you don't toe the company line, we gonna shut off your streams of revenue. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So therefore, it's really restricting the information. You know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily being canceled for because some people get canceled for saying true shit. It's
Right.
not
That's what I
that
mean.
you're
That's what I
spreading
don't like.
misinformation.
But that's
Like
what I'm saying.
I don't agree with
It's
cancel culture in that aspect when it's speaking some things you don't like, but when it comes down to certain things, when we talking about the Joe Rogan instance, cancel culture is directly affecting that. I think we should attack that and cancel stuff.
will he be canceled though? Because
Yeah.
Howard Stern was in blackface in like the 80s or something, and he's still out
oh
there.
man.
Like,
But-
I feel it's cancel culture fake as a motherfucker because it's selective outrage. Like, they tell
That's
you,
what
oh,
I'm
this
saying.
guy did this, let's cancel him.
It's
What
the
about
agenda.
all the other motherfuckers who did that and worse?
Right. It's the agenda.
Mhm.
And it's all really now people are saying that Joe Rogan is getting attacked for his stance on COVID and on the vaccines and all of that shit. So now they saying that that video had been out for years. Why are people trying to recirculate that now? Now that he's in the news about a different topic. Are they trying to shut him out? Are they trying to cancel him internally?
I mean, it's always a hidden agenda or a hidden hand making the moves or whatever. Personally, I'm not well informed on the Joe Rogan thing, but what I did see, I saw the sister, India Ari. I think she made the comment like she didn't want her music on a platform that was promoting him and his views or whatever like that. She stopped short of calling him a racist or whatever. She just said that she didn't want to share a platform with him. And that kind of, I was like, well, damn, what Joe Rogan did. Like, because I only really know him from Fear Factor. I know he do comedy and hosts a podcast, but he's not funny to me and I don't watch his podcast. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she said that, and then I saw the clip y'all talking about with him with the 50 million niggas, and I was like, oh no, he gotta go. So to me, at this point, let's see if he's gonna be gone. Because to me, normally when they get canceled, it's a different type of cancellation. Like if they cancel one of us, it costs you money, this and that. When
They go on another job. They go this
Yeah.
another avenue.
was Sterling,
It
he
was a
got
company.
50.
A company offered him $100 million to take his show to their network after he got into the little shit.
Yeah, because
So obviously, it didn't ruffle everybody's feathers.
exactly.
Everybody don't have a
It
problem with
still
it.
value to some.
So I'm asking you this: should we care?
Yep.
Should we care? Should we care? Like, should we be outraged and should we make a fuss about
I
it?
don't know
Joe
about
Rogan. What
Yeah.
I think we should do, we shouldn't let other motherfuckers tell us who to cancel for us. Y'all cancel who y'all want on y'all call, but when it come to us, you can't tell me who to cancel.
well, nobody
can't tell
telling
me
you
who
who to
to X out
cancel.
the culture.
Nobody telling you who to cancel. You can cancel who you
when
want.
they canceled Chrisette Michelle for singing for Trump when he got in, man, I love Chrisette Michelle. You
Me
feel
too.
me? Goddamn, I can't take a gig. It ain't, it ain't personal, but shit, she couldn't get no traction since. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's fickle, to say the
I'll
least.
book
Huh?
I'm a booker. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see what's
Yeah,
happening.
man, because she got them bagpipes, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so,
But on some shit like the Rogan, like you asking, should we care? I think if it's really worth caring about, and if we really gonna get behind it and or really stop fucking with it, because of said situation, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, you should care. But if it's just some bullshit, like I would say, Chrisette Michelle when sung for Trump, well, I mean, how mad are you for really her going to sing for Trump? Ice Cube sat down with him. A lot of people sat down with him.
What does that mean though? So what?
Right. Do
So
that mean you're a
speaking-
sellout? So, I think we need to gauge shit a little different. And like you were saying, Ren, when we get canceled, it really affects our pockets. The opportunity to continue to do business and or further ourselves in said business. So when dealing with us, man,
That's because it's a united front. No matter who the fuck it is, when the Jews move, if you Jewish, you move like the Jews. When the fucking Chinese move here in America, if you Chinese, you move like them. You see what I'm saying? It's like we were talking about before. You said we, but it ain't we, it's us. Each and every one of us. You see what I'm saying? Individually. Like we don't really have a somebody to have our back, whether we right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
won't
it's
speak. Go ahead, my bad.
Cause we don't really move like that. We get divided on simple shit like the
right.
lesser of two evils. We can't even agree to move as a collective politically and have one voice on one accord.
Right.
Like we fussing over at each other's throat over which 75, 80-year-old white man gonna fuck over us the least. Like you say, who the Asians backed? Who the gays backed? Who the Latinos backed? We don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But
this the crazy part about it, backing anybody is not gonna do shit for us. The point of it is just banding together. You know what I'm saying? You won't need to you won't need to back nobody because you wouldn't need nobody. See, they all need us. They all make their money off of us.
This take me to a conversation me and Ren had the other day.
Them
We talking
them Arabs and them Vietnamese and Koreans, they come over here and their bottom line is us. They sell us stuff. White folks don't buy their shit.
now. I'm going back to what
Sell us
Slim
our
was talking
shit.
about.
Huh?
Let me get this one out.
they
What
sell
Slim
us
was
our
talking
shit.
about the Joe Rogan and the cancel culture. Should we care? Now that made me go back to the NFL and the black coaches and all of this discrimination. And me and Ren was talking about this the other day. Now, should we care as the viewers on trying to make an impact, or should we watch the players who's actually directly affected? The coach is directly affected. Eric Bieniemy is directly affected. Brian Flores and all the people and black men who play in football, shouldn't they be the ones to initiate the outrage as a whole instead of us? They're the ones affected by it. If Brian Flores take another job knowing he's been discriminated against,
See, Cleve, that's the thing. To a certain degree, I feel you, but everybody affected by it. Your son watch football. What do he see when he watch it? He's affected because whether you know it or not, he's processing the shit subliminally that this is how
There's
it
a
goes.
ceiling. There's a ceiling over here.
Right. So, and at the same time, do it really matter where the change start?
This is this.
what kind of effect we gonna have if the ones who are directly affected by it?
At the end of the day, if everybody say that, if you affect somebody's bottom dollar, they feel it, then if we not watching it affect them. Yeah, it's gonna affect the players too, and it's gonna be a pinch for them. And we need them to stand up. But at the end of the day, bro, everybody gotta do their part.
Look, the NFL does not belong to us. The NFL belongs to who the NFL belongs to, and it's business as usual until there ain't no business. Shout out to Ice Cube for starting his own fucking league and moving on from the NBA and all of this other bullshit. And I think if other people will follow suit, it'll grow.
We'll be better off.
Absolutely.
Shout out to J.R. Smith, man. You hear me?
Absolutely.
That boy was talking some real jazzy shit. I got a kind of newfound respect for him.
Give us
And it
something. You're talking about.
JR definitely on point.
Yeah, just talking about the mind frame of the people. And a lot of stuff that we say on here, as far as the people really being stuck on material things, not looking out for the brethren, other people as a whole. But it's all because of what you've been processed to take on in the way that you live it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the capitalist mind frame, and that's not the mind frame we necessarily need to have. We need to adopt more of
I got a question.
Mind frame. What you say?
Does it matter who start the movement? Because I say it does. Because speaking on this NFL thing, I think the incumbents is on the players and the coaches to make these moves, and then we follow suit. But if they go continue taking the offensive
It
court,
matter who
they
started. It matter who gets the ball.
They have made the initial move.
Who's
Kaepernick
day?
made it.
That's not no day. That's one.
That's one.
It's
Okay,
a
how
lot.
many you need? Like
You
how many
need
you
all
need?
of them.
Every player who
You
goes.
gonna ask all of us to stop watching? You know how many day you asking us?
But let me ask you this:
But you gonna
What
just
do
say
it-
one NFL
what-
player,
What
and then
do
that
it
should
cost
swamp
you
the
to not
whole,
watch?
huh?
Dude,
What do it cost you to not watch?
Whatever my damn day, what I feel like doing that day.
every
No,
contract.
what does
negotiation-
it cost you to not watch? Because if they don't play, if they don't coach, it costs them millions. Like it's a direct effect to that. Like you asking them to leave money on the table.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm asking you, what would it cost you?
You're right. I like that. What you gave me. Yeah, it don't cost me nothing. It'll cost them.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
in that instance, who you think should take the initial action? The person who
The person who
is
ain't
not
costing
going to
nothing.
lose
Right, I
anything,
got
or the
Mhm.
person who going to potentially lose millions?
Right, I got you. I like that.
That's what I'm saying. Every
Wait.
contract
So that's you
negotiation
agreeing with me, right?
is somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. If we start keeping count, boy, you'll definitely lose.
Well, you losing right now, but that's besides the point. What you saying, Hack?
I don't know. I could barely hear y'all. Y'all going in and out.
But like he said, like he just told me, the ones who is directly affect, like the players and the coaches, they'll lose money if they was to take a sit down. But us, we could affect while they're still getting paid and still make an effect on what's going on by the people who. So I could bite on that.
But that's what I'm saying. Every contract negotiation from every athlete in the NFL is a goddamn stand, because most of that shit is it's like incentive driven, and then it's high on the back end, and you know they're not guaranteed, and you can get cut, and this, that, and the fucking third, and no pension and CTE and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not just so surface. When it comes to what they're dealing with, like it's the lifelong ramifications. But at the same time, you know what you're signing up for. You either you want to be involved in that, and you're not going to get them to change their mind. Like, why are you crying and fussing and
I got a question real quick.
all of this crap, like having all of this, trying to get this sympathy when you're willingly participating in it. This is what they go somewhere else.
Is there a way we could?
If there is nowhere else, create.
Is there a way we could affect the NFL without affecting the black dollar? Because we look at the NFL, put a lot of money in black communities, a lot of money in black men pockets. I know it's what you call an institution, but you wouldn't have this many black millionaires if it wasn't for these.
Check this out. I don't think it matters where the movement starts. I think it matters who gets involved. I say that to say, like, some of the big.
I.e. the white man.
No, it ain't really got to be the white man, but it'll help. But just somebody in prominent positions to also speak out. You feel me? That'll help. And as far as
give me an example of somebody you're speaking on.
Mike Tomlin, you're a black head coach. Why you don't have no other black head coaches on your staff? Is there somebody you could groom like these white, like Shanahan got 3-4 coaches, got head coaching jobs. All them niggas come up under him and his daddy. Like, could we get a black coaching tree for niggas who foot in the door? You feel me?
What do you think? What do you think the pressure is on a black coach that's hiring 2 and 3 other coaches, black coaches under him? What do you think that pressure is like?
Win immediately.
I don't think it's no more pressure than they already under.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
you got a real thin rope anyway. So if
I'm
issued out the door real swift,
saying,
I'm gonna go doing it my way.
But you know how easy that would be for some new some new position coach to not get a position on your team and say, well, he's only hiring black coaches.
That'll be hard as hell to say, because you can't say that about no white. I'm pretty sure they got an all-white coaching staff somewhere out there. If you want to make them feel good, okay, we'll get a white coach to coach the
special team.
No, not even that high. You could coach
I'm talking about the
run out coordinator. Like tell the players, get everybody in line. You the get back coach.
He can hold a paper up the team.
But I'm talking about
out
the
of the tunnel.
mentality. I'm talking about the mentality. I'm not talking about what will actually happen. I'm talking about the pressure on a black coach to have an all black staff. I mean, why is he doing that?
See, honestly, I don't think we aiming high enough because the problem really not black coaches. The problem is they don't have no black ownership. Like the problem is all the owners look the same. So the owners hire people who make them feel comfortable.
How far you think we're away from getting a black owner? And
that was about to go to the point I was about to hit on when Cleve talking about the bread. Ultimately, bro, we pool our money together. You feel me? We don't need their money to build up our rec centers and shit. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So you compound that and say shit. If everybody, man, like we got black billionaires, we got hundreds of millionaires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
it take a little bit from everybody.
But are they attached to anything? Are they connected to anything
though? Those people?
Yeah.
White folks?
No, they're not attached to each other. That's what they should be.
Exactly.
And that's what we're trying to speak to. Like if we all in a similar industry and we get money, we need to get out the mind frame of I'm trying to do better than you, and let's start pulling our shit together to do better for the people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a billionaire and I got a couple $100 million, like you saying, Ice Cube started the 3-on-3 league, we could start a league.
Got a question real quick. We talk about we getting together, but when we talk about like athletes, you always kind of find out, man, this motherfucker, he got this foundation, he got this camp. So we, for the most part, we sitting there thinking they just rich, ain't doing nothing. But then you kind of find out they got all of these different camps and they doing all this donation. So what kind of effect does that have?
Who's the beneficiaries of the camp, and what are the results?
Right. So that goes to my point. We talking about putting our stuff together, but all of this so-called doing good is not coming together. It's just to look like a front. You feel what I'm saying? I got this camp, so you can't say I ain't helping out. I did this to the.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I think people do genuine stuff and they have a genuine impact, but the problem is so deep. It's just not enough.
Okay.
Like, I don't think people not doing nothing. And I don't think people not trying, and I don't think the stuff that's being done isn't genuine, but it's just the problem is so massive. You need more.
Do we have enough?
You know what? You really
need more. Do we have enough?
Help. You need the people who created the situation to help repair the situations. Hence the term reparations. We want our daddy records. Ain't gonna never be right until we get that.
So our black dollar really ain't gonna stop nothing then if we shut things down, because we need them, so to speak, is what you're saying. Because we need more. Because we saying a black athlete and the money we pump in the community is not enough. So that's saying we don't have enough black millionaires and black billionaires to compensate for the struggles we have. So we need the white man who put us in the situation.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
No, I agree with that. We do need y'all to fix what you, just like y'all did it for every other group of people that you messed over. You got to put your black pride aside. Yeah, we need you to fix what you broke. Point blank, period.
If you say that, it's going to.
We needed them to get us out of slavery, Hatch.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, we had the Underground Railroad. We had a lot of white folks was doing a lot of help.
Says who? Who told you that shit?
Well, then if I can't take history and what I'm reading, I can't take nothing from nobody.
His story.
So whose story gonna be your story? You tell me something otherwise.
But that ain't what Grandma said.
Grandma didn't know. She told me what Jesus.
She was there.
Huh?
Grandma
told me white Jesus.
Man, come on.
I'm just saying. So whose story I'm supposed to believe? I'm reading this book about blacks.
You believe whatever the spirit tell you to believe, my brother.
Well, that's how we rock. Yeah, I got that. I'll take
that. Right, bro, I got one for y'all before we get out of here. Because this is going to be an underlying theme that come up a lot. We're going to have a couple guests on to kind of sprinkle their tidbits in here on this too. But the indigenous American versus the Middle Passage versus we all came over here on slave ships. yeah, we're gonna definitely have to touch on that one in depth. That might just be a whole show by itself. We done had some comments from our Facebook followers on that one when we kind of touched on it before. I know they had a guy wanted to holler at Hat. I believe you had got a couple comments too, Ren. So yeah, bro, we definitely need to get into that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me finish my Sanford and Son. You heard me? Black History Month. You did.
Damn, boy.
Sanford and Son. They don't even remember Sanford and Son Lamont. It's Black History Month.